for affNity. It is Fox, Davey, Jason, Arya, and Sidoff. So Sidoff actually standing in for Abe, their normal fifth. So that is a little bit of a change
and
there.
Abe's an MVP for them too, which is a big deal.
Yeah, but Sidoff has played with, he was originally a starting 5 member for this team before they picked up Abe. So he definitely has familiarity playing with these guys. And then LunatiK, using their normal 4, but Babai has been kind of standing in for them the last couple of games. He's standing in again for him tonight. But as we've been talking about the rosters, we see Fox just popping off a couple of frags already at mid to open things up. And we have ourselves a 5v3 as LunatiK tries to attack into this B bomb site.
Yeah, we got to invert. All eyes on him, working his way into CT. He's going to find 2 CT players over there. It's Arya in front of him. He gets delayed just long enough for Sidoff to peek the corner directly behind. Executioner style shot in the back of the head. And that's going to be an easy first point for Team affNity. Dust, I mean, it looked like they lost 2 players to Fox right away. And LunatiK stalled out too long outside of the B bomb site, allowing for real quick, fast rotate. And it all fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, it was just taking on that 1v1 engagement at mid against Fox at range where he has the advantage with that P2K against your Glock. And he just won those battles, and that put LunatiK in a tough spot off the bat. They tried to just plow him to B with the 3 guys they had left, and there was just too much affNity members there in the area for that to work. But of course, we do see them go for the upgraded pistol and armor here. Very common second round buy in a situation like this. So we'll see if they can make it work as all 5 are gathering up to do the B rush.
Well, there's a lot of FAMASs purchased by Team affNity over here. That's going to be a real pain in the butt as the T's start streaming in. I'm watching Drac over here. Gets a nice 2K at vents, jumps out into mid. And that kind of balances out the game nicely. Bomb's going to be planted. Scouts peeks the corner. Sprays Davey through smoke. This is shaping up to be very good. Only 1 man left standing. Arya for Team affNity. CT works his way out of vents to checkers. See smoke all over the place. 1 player at generators doesn't even look at him. Crosshair placement kind of bad, to be honest. Gets sprayed in the face by inverts FAMAS. Tied score 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really bad there for affNity to win the pistol so decisively and then just give up your advantage right away. This is going to force affNity onto a double save situation, maybe just up some upgraded pistols, but they're not going to be able to buy rifles or anything of that sort up until, round number 5. So that means that LunatiK is probably about to jump out 3-1 with really no resistance being met along the way. So just definitely really a big round there for LunatiK to steal that away from affNity. Just, the brush. And you had a Vince player and a Sight player, and that was the only 2 people in the area, and they just couldn't come up with anything there, which is certainly disappointing if you're affNity or an affNity fan. But we'll just have to kind of ride these next 2 rounds out. Like I said, unless affNity surprises us, it should be LunatiK taking them no problem. Then we'll have to kind of wait for that, round 5 situation.
Well, not a whole lot going on right here. There's not much that affNity can do. Just hold your positions and try to get the cheap kills. Got 2 players at A site, 1 at default, 1 sitting at forklift. That's going to be focused. But as I say that, the T's are starting to rotate out towards mid. They've taken full mid control, and they're making the call. We're going to drop in through vents, rush in to the B site, hiding at headshot. We've got 1 CT player and another one up at heaven. Can't see who they are right now as Babai sneaks around the corner. Sprays towards heaven. No one's going to be there. Sidoff shut down. That was a very, very fast round. And
what a circus.
To work that way.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, Sidoff was able to get 3 frags with the 5-7 inside the site. No one from LunatiK able to trade that out. It just seemed like there was so much hesitation. They weren't really grouping up and just swarming the site. You saw a lot of people just kind of holding back whenever kills started happening, as if they were like afraid or just hesitant. They just weren't confident anymore in their take, and it's almost like they just gave up, and that's bad. Yeah, I mean, you just
grenades, you got the armor, you got the guns, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what are you afraid of?
I don't know. They just kept feeding Sidoff 1v1s basically with the 5-7, just shoulder peeking that box, and he pulls up 3 kills. You just can't allow 1 person with the pistol inside the site to shut you down like that. You have to be able to trade that efficiently, and LunatiK weren't able to do that. And so now we just have back and forth, back and forth. At this point, both teams' economies are pretty much fragile. It's really hard to tell who really has a clear stake right now in this half, as affNity is fighting right back as if they want to, try to get their economy going.
This is bad. We got 3 guys watching mid on the part of Team affNity. The weakest gun, actually, Jason R with an SMG spraying down, getting a nice little 2K, including taking down Invert, which is that big star offer for Team LunatiK Esports. That leaves them down to 1 player, Scouts, all alone. He picked the right bomb site to walk into. Peak CT at exactly the wrong time. Going to get punished for that. Sit off with the M4. A1 silence. Finishes the job. And that's 3-1 affNity. Firmly in the lead now. Economics.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. I mean, their economy is still a bit fragile, but LunatiK doesn't really have the means to punish it unless they just try to go for a force buy here. I mean, regardless, they're gonna go just for like upgraded pistols. If they can somehow like get this round from affNity, which they have done in the past, in that second round, like the affNity economy is still not that great. So affNity needs to win this round. They need to do so decisively. They don't want to have to do a lot of rebuying. Their economy is still quite fragile, but they're leaving the A bomb site completely open. It's just 2 highway players now rotating back. We'll see if LunatiK can steal this round away.
Well, the A bomb site is quickly falling right now to the T's as they come streaming around the corner. Babai ends up taking default over here, takes down Arya. Nice trade
that flank from
Drawsoul.
That flank is huge up the highway.
That won the round right there. Babai's going to plant the bomb. Peeks around the corner, and now Dust. It's the hold off.
Yeah, we'll see Sidolf trying to come in and just can't do it. Drawsoul had a huge round there with the quad kill. Even though Fox rotating from highway was able to spray down 3 players from the balcony, and that looked like they were just going to shut the round down from LunatiK, you just saw because both players came off of highway to go A, that left mid completely open. Drawsoul comes late as the lurk, and he's able to get in there with the Tech 9, rally off 3 frags right back to answer Fox's 3, and then they get the bomb planted, and then they had the 2v1, and then you see Drawsoul get the final frag there at the M4 at Forklift. And so, I mean, like I said, both teams' economy is pretty much in shambles at this point, though we do see affNity still being able to throw together something, and we do see Arya with this op. He is able to get the opening pick there onto Drake, who was boosted, and so that is a good start here for affNity. But I mean, this game so far has been quite a roller coaster ride, quite insane. Just how back and forth these rounds have been. Typically, you see someone begin to kind of establish a control and punishing the other team's economy, but neither team's been able to do that yet.
Davey up here. We promised you a close game. Invert's going to come peeking around the corner. Finds Arya. Shoots him through the wall. Over there at quad, there's 3 people playing at A site. Davey drops. No, Davey's still up top. Nobody checks it. He's in the boost. Finishes the job along with Fox, and that is a quick, easy round for Team affNity, all due to the overpowered boost up there in the corner of A bomb site.
Yeah, it's a spot. Check that corner. Yeah, it's a spot that's good for one play. I mean, I'm sure LunatiK will now be
every time now.
Exactly. There's another, like the box and checkers on the B side of the map is another big example. People hide behind that big box and catch people by surprise, come out of events sometimes. So there's a couple spots on this map that are what I call like one and done spots. Like typically you're going to use it one time. It's maybe going to have a huge impact, and then you're done with that for probably the rest of the half. Maybe you see like affNity throw it again like 8 rounds down the road or something like that. Just whenever you think that maybe LunatiK's kind of forgotten about it. They've been checking it for a while, not spotting anybody. Then you bring it back maybe, but other than that, that's pretty much won the round for affNity. I mean, I thought Invert had a great entry there on Arya actually, but Davey just shutting it down from that boosted spot. And now they will pour one out of mid. Gonna be scouts, but Arya is gonna catch it, and here comes the rest up the B main.
Yeah, it looks like the call was going to be B main, and yeah, they're committing to it right now. One out of checkers. Nice. Invert working his way into the bomb site. He is the bomb carrier, drops it in the corner. Arya's watching from heaven, but I do believe he is still smoked off. Can't see anything. He's got the AWP ready to rock. Invert is down to like 3 health, 23 health. Doesn't need a grenade at all because Arya finds him with that scoped AWP. Peeks the corner, but Bai's going to say good night to Arya. Drawsoul also taking out focus. Very nice play on the part of Team LunatiK Esports. Davey dies in the smoke, 4-3. Such a close matchup tonight, Dust.
Oh, absolutely. Neither team's able to establish an economy, basically. I mean, as soon as they start getting a couple of rounds together and start trying to build something up, the other team comes right back at them with a round victory of their own, and that leads to basically a lot of saving situations. We've seen out of the 7 rounds played so far, LunatiK's had to save twice. affNity's also had to save 2 times, I think. So that's, 4 basic save rounds out of 7. So that's just, like I said, just no one being able to get their economy going at this point. But we're going to see LunatiK trying to split that fast B once again. But here comes the 5-7 trying to shut it down.
Yeah, we're now down to a 3v3 situation. Sidolf and Jason are both down on the part of Team affNity. This is huge because LunatiK Esports even numbers, but they've got the gun advantage. Bomb's already going to go down in the B bomb site, and I think Davey's going to be the first man to push. He's going to try and push through the smoke, flashes himself in. Generator finds invert easy. Babai gets the trade along with Drake, and now we're in the 1v1 dreaded situation. Lock on to Arya hiding in checkers. Bad news. Babai knows exactly where he is. Babai's going to hold his ground at Generator. Good night. That's all she wrote. 4v4 tied score.
Yeah, I mean, that was a situation where Babai has the headshot angle on Arya. He can see all of Arya's body. Arya can only see the top of his head. So it's just, you're always going to have the advantage in those types of situations. And so that's just Babai playing it smart, playing an angle where he knows that he has, a clear advantage over his opponent. And he's able to shut down that round. So LunatiK finally able to string a couple of rounds together in a row. affNity, though, on full M4s and have a pretty decent nade set and armor as well. So they're going to be right back contending for this round. As they've been very, very highway heavy on this team here for affNity. They don't really play mid aggressively. They're quite passive, and so that's just kind of a stylistic choice there by affNity. We'll see what LunatiK wants to do there. They want to take some mid control. I mean, affNity's pretty much asking them to take it, so we'll see if that's in fact the case. Looks like it is. Oh, invert! What a one tap on the Arya over the highway box.
Nice boost over there. One thing I'm noticing is with the economies as low as they have been, we've seen very little offing going on, and this round is absolutely no different. It's just rifle on rifle action. Tease LunatiK Esports, again, making the choice. We're not going to go highway. We're just going to run into B because it's what's working nicely for us. They stream into the site. Sidoff's going to take down the buy, but that's all right. The entry is all in the hands of the Tees for Team LunatiK. They're going to plant the bomb. 4 versus 2 situation. And yeah, it might just be a save round over here for Team affNity.
Absolutely. They don't really have the economy, man. I mean, you look, there's a few guys at $0, $50.
Fox.
Yeah, they can't even save it. And with only a 3-round loss bonus coming in next round of, at $2,400, I mean, they're going to have to take another save, affNity is. So LunatiK finally starting to establish their own economy. You're starting to see some guys here, getting up into the 2K, 3K with guns in their hands. So... and next round's probably going to be a breeze. Hopefully, even though.
Did you see that?
Shot. That was a big shot there from Davey. I just trying to hold on to this M4.
And another.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. LunatiK doesn't really have the money to keep trying to chase down this guy. A lot of rebuys that take place, but Babai and invert don't have the biggest amount of cash. Neither does Drake to be doing these rebuys. It just gives up your economic advantage when you have to rebuy so much. So I don't even know if I really agree with that too much. But anyway, it is LunatiK taking the lead up now 5-4. And affNity, like I said, going to be on a save this time around. So LunatiK, great opportunity to start building up a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, I think on this save round right here, all eyes are going to be on Fox and Davey. They're the only ones with rifles. The whole idea is just to hurt the Team LunatiK economy, kill off as many people as they can, and maybe get some guns in the hands of their teammates and turn this thing around. 5v4, LunatiK is supposed to win this round as long as they don't get timid like they did a few rounds ago and get stalled out with that B site take. And as I say that, yeah, the bomb is making its way with 3 players, Drake and Invert and Drawsoul, working their way towards the B bomb site, creeping slowly. It's a good choice because there's only one person just playing the B site. That's going to be Sidov with a pistol, 5-7.
Well, there is Arya events, and that's a very powerful spot to have because it allows you to play 1B, but you still have such a quick rotate to assist. So he does, but they did spot his feet in the events there, and they're going to chase him off. But Davey rotating with the 1M4 they've got, able to get a couple of kills here, and then Jason R on the flank thanks to a nice flash from a teammate, able to get scouts into a 1v2. This is insane. No one can take the economic advantage. No one seems to be able to win an eco round or an anti-eco round from their perspective.
Davey watching B-bomb site with the M4A1 as he's going to back off towards heaven. Very powerful position over there. They want to hunt down this bomb carrier. Don't let him plant the bomb. That's a huge economic advantage for Team LunatiK Esports. And, their finances are, yeah, they're going to be hurting if they can't at least get the bomb down over here. Here's scouts. Sneaky. Makes a little bit of noise. I don't know if Davey heard it, but now we know.
He did.
Bomb's being planted. The flashbang's out. Davey's up at heaven. Scouts peeks around the corner. Fox with the grenade and the kill. Easy defuse. And again, we're at a tied score, 5-5 over here. It is just back and forth and back and forth.
Absolutely. I mean, we've never seen bigger than a 3-round winning streak this entire half, and no one seems to be able to win an anti-eco. Every single time that we've had a team eco, they've actually been winning more than the team with guns. It's quite insane how this first half has played out so far, with neither team being able to take control of the economy situation. And as you can see, both economies still not quite that powerful. I mean, you see affNity throwing together what little buy that they can do with very little money left over afterwards. And even LunatiK, you know, it's pretty low on the economy when you bring up the scoreboard there. So it's kind of a weird situation that this match is played into.
Yeah, you made a really good call over here in that the ecoing teams seem to have the advantage. Now, what that tells me is that on their gun round, they're not being aggressive enough. They're not being unpredictable enough. Because typically
they're not playing as a
round,
team enough. They keep getting caught out in isolation, you know, on an island with no support, no ability to trade. At least that's how the T side has looked anyway at times against ecos.
I was just watching Invert over there. He tried to do a little wall bang action. Almost finds one of the CTs, but just misses in the corner. Could have been a nasty little situation there by mid. LunatiK Invert's going to come peeking in the mid. Finds one player, takes him out with the help of, I think that's Drake, taking Jason down. And it's going to be a B take. Invert gets shut down in the vents. They know it's going to be B. Draw Soul works away into the corner. Sit off. Duck down by Generator. Takes him down. That's some MVP stuff right there.
Yeah, just not checking everything. I mean, Sidoff able to hide at that headshot angle. No one really checked it. They just kind of walked into the site and gave him basically 2 free frags, and then that was kind of a big deal. I mean, I was saying that LunatiK was actually trading much better that round, at least initially when they were taking mid control from that aggression that affNity had over on the mid side.
But going into B, it fell apart.
Yeah, exactly. Just not checking all their spots, just being a little bit careless, and then that allowed Sidoff, you know, hiding just the whole time over by that generator to just pop out right as they hit the site. And like I said, basically got 2 really easy frags, and now LunatiK all of a sudden is saving off the back of that. Like I said, no one's really able to put any money together, so it's been a rough half for both teams in that regard.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching these guys crosshair placement over here. Wow, Jason for Team affNity over there getting a nice, I think it's a 3K over there, mowing down everybody as the T's of Team LunatiK stream into the A-bomb site from A-main. And that's going to be an easy win right there. But as I was saying, the crosshair placement is not that next level pro stuff. They're not keeping it snapped right there head level where the enemy is going to be. Instead, they're kind of scanning around. They're looking in the middle. And both teams are being caught off guard quite a lot. LunatiK especially as they stream into the bomb sites. And you can't have that at this level of play.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have affNity finally kind of putting their economy together. They've won the last 3 rounds in a row. And granted, there's only 3 rounds left in the half, so it is still quite tight. But, you know, they do have that op on Arya again, and we'll see what he can actually do with it this time around. He kind of got shut down last time he had it. When he was playing back A Invert, just entering him with an AK. So he's had a rough time with it. But you see a nice smoke formation here at mid. So LunatiK definitely taking advantage of affNity's kind of tendency to be really passive at mid on the CT side. They're just going to use that to get a couple players out. And it looks like they will try to split B again. Yeah, they're probably going to split B again through vents and through the B main like they've done a couple other times this half. As we are going to see Jason R actually playing the sandbags here at the back of mid.
Yeah,
will get taken down.
They threw all the smokes in to make that nice mid to vents take, and then they started pushing up forward. Now they're changing their mind. They're getting stalled out at top of mid. The bomb's going to sit top of mid, going into vents. Problem is, they have been spotted. Fox finds and scouts, and then the bomb carrier walking through vents gets badly working his way into checkers. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 take. Sidoff goes down. Davey from CT peeks the corner, takes the bomb carrier down. Smoke sitting there, sprays through the smoke, takes Babai down, maintains bomb control over here. Draw Soul very, very weak, comes through. Davey narrowly misses right there. Chase him down with that USP. That's how it's done. Fox with the AK and 8-5. Dust, that was awesome.
That was quite the circus ride there, but it is affNity who have now been able to win the last 4 rounds in a row. So finally, at least one of these teams started to kind of maintain a little bit of control towards the end of the half, but it was definitely quite back and forth. Mostly not because of like crazy good play, but mostly due to just no one being able to play an anti-eco properly. From either side, it just so many teams were winning on these force buys, these eco rounds, and that's just kind of crazy to see at this level of play. But You know, finally, like I said, affNity kind of got their act together here towards the end of the half. But it is the last round. We'll see, or not the last round, excuse me. We got 2 rounds left, and we'll see if affNity can keep it up and actually take a big lead, or will LunatiK on another save round here just storm the mid and be able to put together another round.
This is going to be an awesome mid take over here. Looks like a 3-man boost into mid, draw soul, and the buy working their way around the corner. Nobody's really watching mid very hard. Looks like they're pushing down highway. We got one guy from heaven, another guy standing from truck, taking down both T's very, very quickly. That's Jason, Fox, Davey, and Fox again with the headshot on invert. It all happens so fast, Dust. 9-5, and Team affNity firmly large and in charge as we close out.
Yep. I mean, LunatiK's going to be able to put together a full buy here for the last round at least. They still have an opportunity to contend for this round. But affNity has a good chance also here to maybe try to make this 10-5. After a crazy start to the half with some crazy highs and lows for both teams, you could see affNity finally kind of taking control of this map and getting a nice CT side out of it. But LunatiK, if they can close out this last round, they'll still be in it. I mean, this map's quite balanced. A lot of opportunities for both sides to get some rounds, especially with the dynamics that mid bring. So we'll see.
Drac chucks a perfect grenade, which should have wrecked Sit off over there, but misses, throws it backward towards his teammate. He might have even done some team damage there. That's okay, though. They rush the site. They're able to take Sit off and take full control of the B-bomb site right now. Drac's chucking a flash grenade to cover his bomb carrier. That's going to be Scouts. Dropping the bomb while the rest of the T's set up a defense. Looks like Fox might be the first man on site. Peeking the corner, getting a little bit aggressive, a little bit early from heaven, chucking grenades left and right. Nice, takes Drac down before Fox finds Scouts over there. That's actually a nice trade. It's all up to area, though. 4 versus 1 ain't gonna happen.
Yep. So LunatiK able to steal away that last round from affNity, not letting them get that 10 rounds. But as I said, this map, you know, typically pretty balanced. I mean, the way mid plays out can go for either side, depending on who can get control of it. So that certainly helps balance things out. And I've seen in multiple games I've watched on Cash, I have seen big T sides, I've seen big CT sides. So while the map might be slightly CT favored, I think that there's a lot of opportunity for Terrace to get rounds in this half. So like I said, I think either team still has it at this point. I mean, obviously the pistol round will kind of determine whether we have a tie or you know, a big lead for affNity.
Yeah, it's critical for Team LunatiK right now. The pressure's going to be on going into the pistol round. On Cash, I don't know, pistol rounds. For the CTs, it typically favors kind of a more long-distance game over here, especially if they're playing heavily with the USPs like they are. And Cash, well, it doesn't really support that kind of playstyle, especially if the Ts of Team affNity choose to just go on with a big old B-rush tactic, which might be the wisest move. We'll see. 10 seconds until the second half of DE Cash goes live right here. All eyes are going to be on Team LunatiK Esports. They need to find this win. They don't want to go into the best of 3. They want to win it in 2 and move ahead.
Exactly. It's just trying to get back into the game as soon as possible. You know, trying to tie this game up at 9-all rather than allowing affNity to double their lead. That's definitely what you want to do. Of course, with as crazy as the first half went with eco rounds, it may not even be guaranteed that running pistol gets you to that 3-0 start. So we'll just have to see how it plays out as affNity looking to attack this A bomb site quite quickly, it seems.
Oh, invert. And Drac instantly dead. All 5 members of Team affNity rush through from Squeaky and A main, and they have full control of the site. First man rushing in is going to be Drossel. This is a bad decision over here. It kind of pays off for him, but he doesn't have the support of his teammates. He's going to get killed very, very quickly, trying to solo take the bomb site while Babai and Scouts are stuck over there from mid and truck side, working their way in. Babai super weak, 14 health over here. Scouts also getting hit, and they both die simultaneously. No attempt on the defuse, and that is very bad news for Team LunatiK Esports, losing the pistol round, almost guaranteeing them 2 more losses.
You would think so, but the way the first half played out, I'm not even quite certain about that. I mean, the upgraded pistol rounds, the forest buys were actually quite successful for both teams last half, so I don't know if all the nonsense is finally going to subside or if we're going to see another like crazy first few rounds to the half. We'll just have to see how it plays out, but that was a great, you know, execution there from affNity for sure. Sit-Up had some great entry frags with just the Glock, even at range. The way that he took out invert at quad boxes was just insane, and we do see affNity taking a little bit of mid control here, so see what they want to do with it.
Gives it up though. Check this out. Drac with the pistol hiding in the corner, the only man watching mid. I see what his strategy is. The idea is you're going to sneak in behind them. Wisely backs off just before Fox comes around the corner. I think he knows.
Yeah, he sees Drake's knee right there.
Now he knows. Oh, shot in the face.
Yeah, and affNity going to use that to just take CT spawn control, something you don't see very often. They're just going to run to B through CT spawn with 4 players.
That smoke, though, blocking off the truck players. That's really nice. Invert would have had a really good chance of wrecking these guys, but instead is going to come back and off. Looks like a 3-man save tactic. What is going on?
They all have head armor and upgraded pistols, so rather than go for a retake that's never going to happen, at least you save your upgraded pistols and head armor for next round to be able to use. So this is actually the smart decision. This upgraded pistol and head armor can go a long way. I mean, that's a lot of money being saved.
Here comes the hit squad. affNity, Arya working his way towards Squeaky. It's going to turn out bad for him. Opens the door, shot in the face by scouts. And yeah, his teammates, they're going to charge in. Why not? They got some money. They're going to get the round win.
This is
takes
actually
Davey down.
Really stupid. Like,
they're wasting money.
It is like you're forcing yourself to rebuy for no reason. Like, they're saving a pistol and head armor. Like, just don't even worry about it. It's not worth giving up. You got to think about equipment value. I mean, how much is your Galil and Mac 10 worth as opposed to like a? I mean, yeah, it's a $500 difference between a Galil and, you know, the head armor and the pistol that they're saving in your favor. So it just doesn't make sense to give that type of stuff up. Like some people are rebuy. You don't want to have to rebuy a Galil 3rd round. You know what I mean? You want to be upgrading to an AK pretty soon. So
yeah, because you're going to be down against an M4, and you know, in a fair firefight, you're going to lose.
Exactly, because at this point they're forced to make a decision probably to save a lot of these Galils, and then when LunatiK buys up M4s next round, all of a sudden you're at a disadvantage. So I don't agree with chasing that situation, but regardless, we'll see if affNity can at least close out the 3-0 start and get to that 12-6 lead. Looks like so far they're doing a great job doing it.
All too easy. Arya just doing some work, finding all of his targets there. Does a nice little jump shot, taking down Draw Soul, and the B-bomb site falls very quickly to a violent take on the part of Team affNity. Bomb's going to go down. Fox finds Drac way off, I think, rotating, playing a little bit of that lurk position. And Team affNity, large and in charge, 12-6 is the score. Economic advantage has ended for Team affNity, with LunatiK going into their first proper buy round. Still no ops for the CTs.
Yep, I know how for the CT side, but Arya does have his op, and here you have it. This is what I'm kind of talking about. You got 2 guys still sitting on Galils that rebought Galils because they lost them originally in round number 2. So it's just like that. This is like kind of a tough situation. Of course, they don't have ops on the CT side. Arya does have one, so that is kind of still giving the equipment value advantage to affNity, I guess you could say, as they are gearing up outside A main right now with the bomb. It seems like they want to maybe boost mid late and flank around mid, but originally they are going to be just doing a really heavy A hit. But you do see scouts and invert over here on the counter boost right on the other side of Davey, so this could get kind of interesting.
It's really interesting. I'm hoping that the boost happens over here. I'm going to keep my eyes on it. Yep, Davey around the corner finds Invert. Invert gets a little bit too aggressive over here because of his position. He knows somebody's down there. Chucks grenades, scouts, wisely backs off. And while that's happening, look at this. CT's completely shut down, all but bye-bye.
Yeah, and that was... happened? Well, I mean, you have 2 people committed to counter boosting, so that really screws up your rotate time trying to get back to A to assist your A players. So that was one thing that hurt LunatiK there, and then it didn't even work. You know, Davey caught the counter boost and got the kill, and then that was actually the first kill of the round. And then from there, affNity just attack a weak A bomb site with 4 players strong out the main, and was able to, you know, completely overwhelm the one site player. And like I said, the rotation at Highway got cut off by Davey getting that counter boost kill. So it's gonna be LunatiK on the stage trying to get aggressive here at mid, but Davey wise to it, able to back up and get that frag. And so affNity, you know, probably about to push this to 14-6, just put them 1 round away from map point. And after kind of a crazy first half, it seems like affNity has started to kind of pull out ahead.
Hyper aggressive play on the part of Team LunatiK Esports, but hey, you know what? You're down economically. You got to do something ballsy, and it just didn't pay off for them. But buy is down. We're now in a 4 versus 5 situation. Not where you want to be, especially when you're the CT team. You need all those additional players. Ooh. Nice. Draw Soul evening it up with the Juan Deeg finding Arya, shooting him into face. Look at this. Drake's going to come around the corner playing close near forklift. Works his way back. But
The bomb's going B.
Yeah, affinity's backing out.
Now, they did leave one player behind, but there's 3 towards the A side. But Drake chasing down Jason R will get the kill and pick up a gun for his troubles. And so he'll be able to rotate quite quickly over here to the B side. But affinity still do have full site control in this 3 versus 3 with the gun advantage. And Davey, what is he doing? I don't understand that at all. Okay.
Giving them the kills.
Yeah,
Just
that was
giving
just
the kills.
so dumb.
This round just became very winnable by Team LunatiK Game.
Exactly.
Here comes the rush. Sit off. Last man standing shut down. That's going to be an easy defuse.
Yep. That was just dumb. I don't know what else to say.
A LunatiK win compliments of Davey from affinity. Good game.
Yep. I mean, good job by LunatiK to take advantage of the situation, obviously, but that was just really dumb. Davey has no reason to push. The only thing I can think of is he didn't expect the rotate to be that fast. Like, he thought the fake was sold better at that. They were all still sitting at the A bomb site or something. I guess he didn't think the rotation would be that. Like, I guess he thought he would beat that rotator into position. And if you can get into that area as a terrorist in the post plan, it can be. Yeah, exactly. But it just wasn't a good timing. You know, the CT was already there. And I guess Davey just kind of miscalculated it.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty strong rush into mid for the T's of Team affinity over here. Throwing all the smokes they need to make that mid to B vent take. They're going to come streaming in through the smoke, actually. I'm watching Jason R taking full mid control. Drake peeks the corner, finds Jason, shoots him in the face. And these guys are completely stalled out again in mid. They could be pinched off quickly if LunatiK is fast on the rotate.
Indeed, an invert able to find the op frag there on to Davey. And so they do take the man advantage here after winning kind of a round that they shouldn't have been able to win last round. They're all of a sudden using that to their advantage, you know, being able to keep their economy strong and matched up with affinity. And look at this, just taking this round away, getting all these duels at mid. And now it's just all up to Arya in a 1v3, trying to bring that bomb to the B bomb site.
I was watching this cat and mouse game going on with Invert. He ends up finding Fox with the op. They were playing this sort of round robin thing in checkers. Invert finds Arya in the corner, smokes it off, and Arya is going to back off. He says, you know what, I think that I might have sold the concept of B. And in fact, you look at the minimap, and yeah, lots and lots of CTs hanging out at B site. Number 6, that's going to be Jarassel working his way back to A. He said, you know, I'm going to watch it. Turns his back to highway. He might get punished for this. Oh, Arya misses the op shot. Jarassel still doesn't know exactly where he is. Now he does. Fire thrown down. And Arya took too much time. Drake takes him down with a shot in the back.
Yeah, and in a situation where I really think affinity could just put this game away if they just would have played that B take better a couple of rounds ago. Now all of a sudden you've allowed LunatiK back into the game. You know, and they're forced to save this round. LunatiK, great opportunity to go ahead and put it up to 9 because of that. And we are going to see those really, really annoying Tech 9s, though, come out of affinity as they're just going to do a straight-up B rush. And this could still be quite dangerous for LunatiK. These guns are really good up close in a swarm rush like this. But not today, apparently.
Working for the T's. 4 of them instantly go down. Insta-tap. Fox, though, charging into the site. If he can find Scout, it ain't going to happen. Invert with the op, shooting Fox. Headshot, too. That's just overkill. That's just showing off.
Yeah, I mean, usually those Tech 9 rushes can be quite dangerous, but you saw, I think that was Babai just spraying them down and not letting them even get out into the site in the open space to put them to use. And so there you go.
It's a little like making the big B rush sometimes on Dust 2, and if you get stuck in that little choke point that is B tunnels, you get mowed down with one quick, easy spray. That's kind of what happened right there to Team affinity. 13-9, LunatiK doing a nice job of making a comeback.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Like, they were trying to go for the run boost on top of the A box, but the rush from affinity came out too quick, but Drake still comes up with both the frags. Comes up with the third here. Oh, my goodness. LunatiK just shut that down completely.
The comeback is real.
It is real. It is very, very real.
10 and 13 right now. Let's take a look at the finances. You've got LunatiK Esports. They got plenty of money. They're going to buy out full, including putting an op in Invert's capable hands this time around. And affinity is back to an eco round. Look at this. They're playing 2 players got armor. Everybody's loaded up with pistols. Tech 9's 1 CZ in the hands of Davey. A couple of flashes. But one flash and a couple of smokes. That's it. Tease, affNity. They should lose this round unless they make a really effective A rush. Watching Fox getting aggressive in Squeaky. That is critical. Kills Draw Soul and Drake because they weren't expecting that Squeaky rush. Bombs planted. Win or lose, this is good for Team affNity.
Absolutely. They've been able to get a bomb plant, so economically this is great. You see Davey flanking up mid, able to catch invert in the back there. And so it's just going to be up to Scouts and Babai trying to retake in a 2 versus 4. And once again, we see a situation where a team can't seem to hold off an anti-eco.
Looking at the money right there might be wise. Try to back off. Yeah. Scouts and Babai trying to stick the defuse over their area instead of going to get aggressive, peek them, and punish them for trying.
Yeah, when in doubt, Tech 9 out, man. That's all I can really say. It does.
It works. That Tech 9 OP.
Very effective. It is pretty OP. But on top of that, it's just LunatiK not playing that smart. I would never push Squeaky Door 2 players like that in a situation where I know that they are ecoing. Just because there's always that chance they'll just like straight up rush you. And that's not what that spot's designed for. You're designing that to get aggressive peeks and be able to fall back or flank if no one actually pushes you. And that situation just got swarmed by a Tech 9.
Well, nobody was even looking down Squeaky.
Exactly.
They were inside Squeaky looking into the bomb site as CT's super dangerous choice.
Yeah, that exactly. You're spot on there. That was kind of a big problem.
Yeah, exactly. You got to watch where the terrorists are going to be coming from. You can't put your back to them.
Well, it was like one was watching the site, one was supposed to be watching. When the first one died, the second one didn't react in time and also died. So yeah, it was rough.
Looking bad for LunatiK Esports or for Team affNity this time around. Only 2 guys in mid over here. Drake's going to slowly work his way around the corner. Suspects something is going on. Sees a leg. Takes it off. Makes the trade. That's a good trade right there. Leaving Jason last man standing for Team affNity. And they know he's in mid. CT's closing in. The hit squad is coming. Looks like the bomb's going to go towards B. Scouts. Holding the site firm.
Yeah, let's see here. Jason in a really, really tough 1 versus 3 at this point. He's got the bomb. He's going to be over towards the fence. And if he could win this 1v1 duel against Scouts in the B side, he could at least get a bomb plant. Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Flashbang misses. Scouts with the body spray down takes Jason down very easy. And that's yet another point on the board in the first map. DE Cash right here. 14-11 LunatiK Esports with the financial economic momentum. I'm thinking it's going to be a force buy. Yep, force buy right there for Team affNity. Sit off. Little weak right there with the Tech 9.
You see a lot of Molotovs actually being invested in by affNity here, so it seems like they want to use these Molotovs probably to clear out like quad and some of the big A bomb site areas and just flush people out into open space and kind of use that to their advantage. And there will be Draw Soul playing in this corner where a Molotov will certainly flush them out. There's also one quad, so these Molotovs are going to be very, very effective for affNity. Once the smoke dissipates in A main, they're going to be able to flush out both those players, Draw Soul and Drake, into that open space, and that could be really, really powerful for this take. I think affNity has a good chance to win this round because of that.
We're supposed to go down Fox, making lots of noise. Draw Soul knows something's coming up. There goes the first Molotov right there, flushing Drake out of quad, and there you go. T's large and in charge, taking over. They only lose 1 guy area. That's good because now Sitoff has a real life gun, an M4A1 silence. The bomb's going to go down, and we're in a 2 versus 4 retake.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one for them as Davey is going to be playing the boosted spot, trying to catch these rotations, but Scouts will get the kill, and also Fox has been sported forklift, so a nade will come in, does about half damage there to him, and they're going to keep going for this, and they have a chance. They have their own counter nades here, but Fox holding it down from the forklift, and there you have it. affNity going to map point off just a really powerful A-take. Like I said, those Molotovs definitely coming into effect, flushing out those site players in the open space, and just giving affNity a good advantage there in those gun battles, you know, forcing LunatiK into awkward situations.
Yeah, I was watching that from Scout's perspective over there. He works his way towards forklift and just flat out misses the first few shots. He corrected the spray, but wasn't able to do it fast enough, gets shut down. Score is currently 15-11 right now in the MSI IBP Qualifier. Number 2, these are 2 of the best teams. These are the teams to watch right here. One of them is most likely going to be getting the invite into the IBP Invitational later in June. affNity T side streaming into the B bomb side over here. They're actually going to take control, but it's a very, very costly victory for them, losing all but 2 of their team members. Bomb's going to go down, and it's all in the hands of Draw Soul for Team LunatiK. Often with the retake. Dust, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a tough one. Trying to get it, though, to see if you can keep this map going a little bit longer. Try to win those 4 rounds in a row. Try to get it to overtime, but it's going to be a tough task. Retaking with an op is very difficult, especially in the small site, as he's trying to edge his way in here. Davey inside the site, though, does jump up. The shot is missed, and Sidoff playing the crossfire able to come around and grab it. So affNity going to win this map 16-11. Was quite a crazy first half. A lot of weird plays, a lot of eco rounds being successful, kind of crazy stuff. But
a lot of back and forth early on.
It. Exactly. But affNity finally does close it out there in the end. And with that said, we'll be moving on to map number 2, D2, with affNity having a map advantage.
Dust 2, the classic map from Counter-Strike Global Offensive. We don't see this as often as I'd like in competitive play. Maybe it's just because it's such an overplayed map. I mean, you join a deathmatch server, and what is it going to be? Dust 2 every single time. But this is the thing I like about the map. It is so refined. Everybody who plays this game knows the callouts. They know the head spots like the back of their hand. So everybody plays at their absolute best when they're on Dust 2. It's going to be affNity versus LunatiK Esports. This is a best of 3. Keep in mind, if LunatiK Esports is able to take the win right here on Dust 2, we'll be going into a 3rd map randomly selected, and that was Inferno here in the MSI qualifiers. Top team at the end of all 3 qualifiers this weekend and also the next weekend is going to get the invite into the IBP Power Invitational, and the top 3 teams all receive beautiful 144 hertz BenQ monitors, which is pretty high-end, awesome stuff right there. Good to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Some monitors up for grabs, a little bit of cash up for grabs, and as you said, the team that has the most points between this weekend and next weekend, and then even last weekend when we had the SWC qualifiers, all those points get tallied up, and the team with the most will get seeded against the 7 invited teams in that IBP Power Invitational tournament. So definitely some cool stuff there. But I think we'll take just a quick break. But when we come back, we will have Dust 2, where affNity will see if they can close out this series 2-0, or will LunatiK be able to fight back and force this into Inferno for the map 3 to decide the series? We will find out shortly. So just stick with us, and we'll be right back.